heart, show your top. Dig yourself some fine bebop. Hidey hi, hitty hit. Oh, the hidey ho man, that's me. Hidey ho man, that's me. Hidey ho man, that's me. Hidey ho man, that's me.
So I woke up this morning and thought to myself, you know what there isn't enough of on the internet? It is Ninja 250 review videos. Yeah, there's not enough of those. So you know what? We're gonna add one more to the pot today, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do a little review of my Ninja. So my Ninja is a 2008 250R. I don't really know what the R means, but it's an R. I assume it means really fucking fast, because that's what it is. It's really fast. It's not fast. But is it a good starter bike? You know, is it the kind of bike that you want to start riding on if you've never ridden before, if you have no riding experience? Well, coming from somebody who has never ridden before and I have very little riding experience currently, I feel like I'm more than qualified to tell you if it's a good bike for a starter or not. So my vote is that yes, this is a very good starter bike if you are just learning to ride, and it's good for a couple reasons. One, this bike looks really cool. You know, it doesn't, you know, obviously have a lot of the characteristics of a big bike, you know, that are really cool, you know, twin disc brakes or a, you know, big fat rear tire. It doesn't have all of those things, but it is at least a full fairing bike that has some decent looking fairings on it. So unless you're going by someone who's on a bike who knows what a Ninja 250 is, you know, they might point and laugh a little bit. But most people that don't know what a Ninja 250 is, all they see is another sport bike and they think it looks kind of cool. So you have that going for you, because the Ninja 250s of old did not look cool. But that brings me on to the next part of it, is this bike good in traffic? Yes, this bike is great in traffic. You do have to ring it out a little bit further. You do have to ring it out a little bit further to, you know, to get up to speed than you would a bigger bike. But that being said, once you're up to speed, and I mean, you know, speeds of, you know, between 30 and, you know, 50 miles an hour, you know, which I think is, you know, an appropriate speed limit for most around town traffic, you're good. Once you get there, you're good. And it has, you know, it has enough passing power. It doesn't have the passing power of a big bike, obviously, but when you're going at slow speeds, you're not like fighting for more power to go faster. You know, that is probably one of the pluses of it. Dirt. We don't like dirt. Go away, dirt. Don't want to fall over. Okay. So like I said, you know, it's a 250, so don't expect this to be, you know, your speed machine if that's what you're looking for. It's got enough power to have a little bit of fun, and it's got enough power to get you out of traffic. Okay? It can get out of its own way, which I think, you know, is really important. But that's about all it can do. It can get out of its own way, and you're not a hindrance in traffic unless you go on the freeway, and then you might be a slight hindrance. But I'm not on the freeway right now, so ha! The brakes actually surprisingly bite very hard, which is pleasant, because this being a single just a single caliber disc up front, and me weighing what I weigh, I would expect it not to stop as well as it does, but it does. So I'm happy, I think. What are you eating in there, old man? What are you eating in there, old man? Give me some of your snack. part about a Ninja is it's proven, at least. You know, I feel like, you know, I think I like to compare it to a Mustang. You know, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect motorcycle, but it's been around long enough that they've got it figured out, at least. You know, it does everything smooth enough. You know, ooh, that is, whoa! That was a Bobcat. That was awesome. And it had a squirrel in its mouth. Holy balls. That was the coolest thing I've seen today. I so hope that gets seen on video. That was cool! Oh my goodness. That is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I was filming it and that makes me really happy. That was awesome! Alright, hang on guys. We need to go back and see if the squirrel's still there. The squirrel is still there in this Bobcat to see if he comes back, because that was too cool to not double take. Yeah, he's right there. He's back. He's back. He's back. Look at him. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. That's awesome! Alright, that made my day. Even if this video sucks balls, I just saw a Bobcat with a squirrel in its mouth. I think that was a squirrel. It could have been a bunny, which makes me sad. And bunnies are a lot cuter than squirrels, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it was a squirrel. Where art thou? You're having lunch. That is freaking cool. Okay, anyways, motorcycles. Back to motorcycles now. Enough being a nature freak. So, what was I saying? Okay, smoothness. Bike very smooth. That is a smooth bike, it is. Okay? And what I mean by smooth is it does everything really well. You know, the clutches feels really good on it. It's really smooth. The transmission, the clutch is really smooth. The transmission shifts really smooth. You know, the power delivery is very, you know, I'm not going to call it linear because it doesn't have a whole lot of anything down low. You really got to wring its nuts out if, you know, you want to make any kind of power. And I don't mean power because you don't make any power at all. I mean, you really got to wring it out if you want to go anywhere, is what I'm saying. But it is kind of fun because whereas like on a big bike, you know, if you're wringing it out, chances are you're probably going way too fast. Whereas this bike, you're wringing it out, you're going normal speed. So it makes it kind of fun. Here you go, here's a little power for you. I'm wringing the hell out of it, and we went 55 miles an hour. That should go to show you how fast this bike isn't. First gear start. Probably what I'm doing is probably not best to do in the rain. Again, engine braking, very good, no brakes at all. And this slows right down. So again, not fast, guys, not a fast bike, but a stupidly fun bike. So that if you are looking to buy your first bike, if you don't listen to anything in this video, listen to this part. Do not go out and buy a brand new bike as your first bike, because if anything happens at all, you are done for and you are going to hate everything you do because you just binned a brand new bike. And that is not fun for anybody. It's not fun for anyone to wreck their bike, but especially a brand new one. So my recommendation is whatever you go buy, even if, you know, you're one of those people that says, oh, I don't need a starter bike, I'm going to start off on a 600 or 1000, which plenty of people do, and it's fine, and they usually don't end up dead. But if you are going to buy a bigger bike, I still recommend the same thing. Do not go buy it brand new, because if anything happens to it, you are going to be heartbroken, and I don't want to hear about that, because that's really sad. No one ever wants to hear about a bike that, you know, no one wants to hear about any kind of motorcycle accident. So for that reason, don't do that. The part about, you know, these little Ninjas is they're not that expensive. You know, this thing only cost me 1,500 bucks. You know, it runs really well, it drives great, it's only got 5,000 miles on it. And the cool part about it is, being a Ninja 250, I should be able to sell it for what I paid for. So when it is time to upgrade, I will, you know, when it is time to upgrade, I shouldn't have any problems buying a new bike, which is cool because, you know, you can go, ma'am. You're fine. Woo. So when it is time to buy a new bike, you know, I can get rid of this one and not feel bad that I've lost my entire investment. So I haven't really done anything to it. All I've really done is some sturdy levers. Maybe I'll do a little slip-on just to give it a little noise, but you know, this isn't my dream bike. I just wanted to get a good starter bike to learn how to ride on. That being said, I'm glad I bought this bike. It is a freaking blast. But I'm not going to dump too much money into it just because I do have plans to buy a different bike. So, you know, I'll probably keep this one for about 6 months or so. And now I'm not getting rid of it yet because I'm sick of it. I love this bike. I'm not sick of this bike. That's not why I want to get rid of it. I just want a different bike. There's a bike that I've been wanting for a while, but I was not going to start on that bike because I feel like that wasn't a great idea. So I'm going to learn everything I need to learn on this one, and then we'll upgrade because I feel like that is a much wiser decision. So here it is. You know, again, this one wasn't perfect. The guy that had it before me laid it down going really slow, so it had a couple imperfections, but that's how I was able to get it so cheap. And I figured, you know what? I don't want something perfect because if I mess it up, then I'm going to hate myself, but at least I only have him to hate. So a couple scrapes and scratches on it right there on the exhaust also. So, you know, I'll put a different exhaust on it. But hey, you know, for 1,500 bucks, you know, is not too bad. And I love the color. So here, I'll fire it up real quick. Y'all listen to it. So this is the totally stock exhaust on a Ninja 250. So, as you can hear, it sounds almost identical to an R1. This bike is actually identical to an R1 in almost no ways whatsoever. This bike's nothing like an R1 except having 2 wheels, and that's pushing it. But there we go. That was my one shitty joke for this video. I'm a very nice guy. You may go. Nobody behind me. There's nobody behind me, right? Okay, I will leave you guys with one more first gear pull. Here we go. Alright, there you go. Here's your last little bit of dose of speed before I get out of here. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope it was somewhat informative and not at all crappy. And I hope I didn't waste too long of your life. So thanks for watching. Peace out.